I think we're all set. I think I'm recording. Today is a bit more of a lazier day, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see. Real quick, let me see. We're filming and we're filming. Okay. Welcome to day 25. I've had a bunch of work to get done today, but I ended up not really doing most of it. I set up my Fiverr stuff, Upwork stuff, so if you guys are curious about that, go check out Row Crumbs on Fiverr. I got coaching on there. We'll see where all of this goes. Again, claiming the best because this series is about super unhinged manifesting, but today just felt lazier, so I'm not even in the mode to get into saying crazy affirmations. But we'll start off like this. Day 25. I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Repeat it after me. You are whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Don't get confused. Say I am. I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. I think today I haven't done a meditation, but I think I'm going to meditate today on this career opportunity that I talked about in the last two videos and see if I'm going to accept the offer letter or not. You know, it's a really cool opportunity. I'm not gonna lie, that they pay for basically everything. They pay for your meals while you're in the hotel for the training and everything like that. But to me, I started sitting with myself and really reflecting on things, and I'm like, is this really what I was gunning for? Was this what I was aiming for? Or am I just taking anything to satisfy, individuals around me or whatever? Am I really doing this for me? And that little bit of hesitation, I feel like, tells me everything I need to know. This isn't for me. This isn't my end. And that's the part that, I'm debating with. Now, everything else has been awesome. I've got a little voice acting opportunity, and then my Fiverr stuff in my business, and then my social media is growing. That's really good. So, I'm going within and trusting and letting go a lot more, trusting in myself a lot more than I have in the past years when it came to manifesting. It feels like I'm dialed in 100%. I'm not going to have a butt come after that. There's just, this job opportunity is really, man, you guys should have seen it. I was pretty cooked. Like, after I came back and everyone heard the good news, everyone was excited. But I almost felt a sense of emptiness because it felt like, and again, this is what my own mind and perspective are taking it as, but a part of me, all I can say is assumed, because I don't know how each individual is truly feeling, and if they can only feel a reflection of what I'm feeling. It felt like they were only happy because it's the opportunity to have a company car, to do this, and to have this, paid for experience, blah, blah, blah. But, they didn't look at it felt like they didn't look at who I was. I wake up at 5 a.m. normally, but again, with it being a trade apprenticeship and everything, I think waking up damn near at 4:50 to then drive an hour to my job, and then these long hour days can be like 12 to 13 hours on top of having to drive an hour back. I don't know. I'm not entirely sold on that whole idea. And one of my main things that I was saying at the beginning of this series, or that I didn't really share in the beginning, was I'm just going to find remote work, or I'm going to manifest remote work instead of, hunkering down on a trade when I don't even really want to live in the area that I live in now. So, and it's not a bad area. I just don't resonate with the area, but the area is beautiful in certain parts, and I live in the county side of the area, or on it. But anyways, nonetheless, that's just me being a little bit raw and just speaking from the ego, not. Okay. I'm not speaking 100% entirely as the observer right now, and I internally I am. Ain't that funny? But externally, I'm saying it like this. And to be honest, I'm also conflicted on that. Like, I should be talking as the I am over these videos, but I don't really know why it doesn't always come out, And I think that I just need to allow it to flow, But I can say, let's talk about some things up until this point. I know I've done a couple of update videos in this series, but that's the whole point of the series anyways, so I don't know why in other videos I was acting like, okay, this episode we're going to talk about what we learned so far, when every day is technically going to give you an update on what I'm realizing about myself so far. And what I've realized so far is that I have so much more room to go all in. And one, I realized my talent and my work ethic, and that it really comes from within. Now, it could come from certain family members that I've seen, but I think I really, there was a narrative I used to say when I was younger that I entirely academically relied on myself and everything, because my parents never helped me with schooling and everything. So, all of the things that I literally have resilience tattooed on my neck, but literally it was really the backbone of my spirit, and the ones who do care for me pushing me forward. But I had to really go out in the world and make my relationships that I have with people, and be the good upstanding citizen, for the morality matrix part of this whole thing. And I enjoy it, being a gentleman and everything, but I realized a lot of this really came from the things that I absorbed and I took in and I transmuted. Like, none of it was really someone being in my ear to act a certain way. And again, a big inspiration in my life was my grandma, because I lived with her for 14 years. I technically say she's the one who raised me. And again, my high school career was interesting because my stepfather and I, even though I've revised the past, healed it, I'm telling you, healed this shit so crazy that this motherfucker started talking about how when he realized he was God, never thought I would hear some consciousness stuff come out of him. But in the past, my mom used to tell me that I think one of the big things that had us shaky is that he realized he couldn't control me. And now, I never took on that narrative. I don't believe he was ever trying to control me. I think he was just trying to always be right about his perspective on life. And if I would have listened at the time, I definitely would have been cooked. I'm glad that I didn't allow the 3D world or this world to beat me up in the ways that it could have, because I would have been a much different individual. But I don't even think my soul would allow that, because the soul is eternal and we pick the characters we're playing for a reason. Like, I'm playing me for a reason, you're playing you. So whether that resonates or not, for me, that's what I've come to realize in my life. Like, everything feels so calculated and everything feels like exactly how it was supposed to go. And then when you become aware of the game, you step into who you were, which is the one that chose the character they're playing. And so honestly, I'm feeling pretty good. The challenge revealed a lot series. I don't want to say challenge. And I'm just recognizing that I could go way more in than I'm doing, because a lot of these days I kept it pretty casual because I wasn't trying to burn out with saying the affirmations every single hour, but trust and believe I did. Every time that I would notice myself slip off or kind of become absent-minded or whatever, I tried to just, do my daily stuff, my daily work, I would stop affirming. So there's pockets of the day, maybe a good 3 or 4 hours where I'm not saying anything. But then the moment I realize, I just burst out of nowhere and I'm just like, I'm source, I'm abundant, everything is attracted to me, I'm magnetic as fuck, I attract the greatest community, my fucking social medias are growing, Crumbs is the best fucking brand I've ever built, and I'm just going on and on and on. So, all of it feels aligned. I'm not going to affirm against myself. The proof is in the pudding too. I literally created a career out of nothing. One that popped up and doesn't even make sense, like, just for how cool the opportunity sounds. But again, then when I learned more about it, I'm just like, it's not my end though, And I don't know if I want to be waking up at 4 a.m. days, man, to go in and do all this, Yeah. Because I also know myself a lot, and I have a bad habit of not eating in the morning. At least not like not eating, but I mean, like, I don't really like to eat till 12. So if I took a schedule like this, I'd have to really reshape the way I work, kind of like put in, redoing how, I don't know why my neck is itching, bro. Hope some shit's not fucking a spider or something. There'd be spiders. But I'd have to rework how I prep food, and then I'd have to have food prep for the morning, and plus I don't know how lunch and stuff works with these. I should have asked all these questions. But again, using the same consciousness stuff that we do every single day when we're just talking and thinking to ourselves. In this whole series, I have proved to you that it is all your mind. I mean, and go watch my last videos if you want to hear how I did this whole opportunity. I mean, literally just besides one aspect, it's exactly what I was manifesting. Or it was one of the things. Not the main thing, but kind of like an offshoot. Yeah, and sorry if I look sleepy right now. I am kind of tired. I've just been, especially when I start talking about this aspect of the thing that I manifested, it kind of gets me drained even talking about it. And I'm like, damn, why do I feel like that? That to me is not good signs. And again, I'm giving it meaning, but a lot of consciousness, like a lot of awareness is stored in your body. So, you know, that intuitive feeling, like, you know when you have it, because it doesn't feel like fear. It's like sometimes it's a constant ache for some people it's a quiet nudge, sometimes it's loud crashing. But I feel like when you get a knowing, or you have a knowing, there's something showing you. And it's like, man, if I'm talking about this career and then I'm already being put to sleep when I'm making a video for y'all, I feel like that kind of is giving me a big sign that I'm not supposed to take it. But we'll see. We'll just see. We'll see what goes down. We'll see what happens. We'll see how I'm feeling in a few days off going in, and I'll see how I feel after this meditation, and I'll update you guys tomorrow on that and how I feel. But nonetheless, I think I'm going to go as hard as I can for these last days. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Funny enough, 7 days till the 1st. So I'm going to take these last days to get really acquainted with being my observer self, the higher self, and just really ignoring the 3D. And I've been doing great at it. I mean, I don't react to anything normally anyways, and that, again, if you've been hearing the videos, that's due to my meditations and everything. I just became a whole complete different individual from someone I was years ago. It's like, dude, and even in high school, I mean, I've had some people do some straight diabolical shit, or try straight diabolical shit to me. And I barely react, because it's just like, I've known reality's been a game. I've been a gamer my entire life, so I knew reality had to be some sort of video game. I've always looked at life as some sort of video game, and it is a video game. I don't even have to say sort. And also in my vision, that's how I see it. In real time, I see things like a HUD, like a UI pulled up, or the UI, the interface and everything. And that's how I see it. My HUD, yeah, my heads-up display, obviously. But I walk around and I see a HUD and I see levels, and of course all that is projected from my mind. It's how I perceive the world. So, a bird could be like level 10 or whatever, but it's still a very fun way to see reality, and it keeps the imagination active. And I think that's also why I have a pretty strong ability when it comes to manifesting things very, very casually. I mean, sometimes it's stupid the amount of things I manifest casually. And jokes, I don't even think I could joke about myself sometimes, how easily things manifest. It's crazy. I literally joked about a certain individual doing something to me. That could really mean anything. There could be so much context even to that, but let's just say, if I say someone is going to do something or comment something or do something physically to me, it'll be done, even if it's a joke. So I got to be very mindful, very mindful. It's like my thoughts are in everything. Like, the world is really reflecting me. And I think that's just because of how sensitive I became with energy. This series didn't reveal anything new about that, but it showed me, it had shown me how I'm like really sharpening my awareness pretty much. Like, all the beginning stages of these years of my spiritual experience have been like the opening, the third eye cracking open, the Kundalini experience. But then now these days are like the honing and sharpening the skills, so I never have to worry about it again in my life. And if I need to pick up where I left off in the next life, shit, I mean, I'm going to be pretty much elite from day one. And I'll probably be actually conscious at 14. Because 14 is when I say I was starting to question reality. And I'll say 18 was my official awakening. Anyways, love y'all. I'm out. That is day 25. 26 will definitely be more energy and more upbeat. I think I've just been chilling and kind of letting energy flow through me. I also had a large meal, so I'm kind of like a little bit, but mentally I'm still there. I mean, I'm fucking on fire. I'm magnetic. You're magnetic. You're a beast. You're the best thing that has ever happened to the universe. Fucking be ridiculous about yourself. Have fun. And yeah, and this has helped me. I've been having a ton of fun. I'm Richie Rell. I'm having a fucking blast. I'm having a great time. Everything is gravy over here. That's really my inner talk right now. So yeah, but physically I may be looking like ooh and tired, and yeah, I'm feeling a little bit slower today. I'll say zen, a little bit more zen, and vibing out, just listening to myself. And still, the mind isn't asleep. The body will catch up eventually. It'll get its little jolt of energy. Love y'all. I'm gone.